If you guys are wondering if I'm gonna keep doing the Shadow Class videos, yes, I am. I'm gonna post this once a week and then post those next week. Okay, I need to stop talking. Okay, so I'm gonna post this week. The next week is gonna be the Shadow Class videos, and this again, and that, and then this, and that. You guys get it? It's gonna be like that. So I finished Shadow Classes, and I finished all 3 of these games. I'm gonna try to play 2 games at a time, maybe 3, and I'm gonna try to post at least once a week. And this, I'm gonna actually do it. I'm gonna record videos ahead of time, so in case I can't record, I can still edit and post. If you guys understand. Regarding the situation, I want to respect Chocola and Vanilla's intentions. If Chocola and Vanilla agree to it, then I'll come and get them. I finally got a hold of Shigure. Leaving no room for bargaining, I cut to the chase. But Shigure, even if you say that, I don't think Chocola and Vanilla will... By the way, Nisama, will you whisper this morning's sweet nothings to your little sister? Why does she call me... She's calling me older brother. And Sama means master. So... I don't understand. Why are you calling me master? Don't make it sound like it's a daily ritual or anything. In any case. I'm sorry. Father is calling me, so I need to get going. I love you, Nisama. I'll talk to you later. Wait, Shigure! I'm hungry. I'm like really hungry. Seriously? As the ruthless electronic buzz of the dropped call echoed, I stared at my cell phone, and here I thought I could sort this all out if I can just talk to Shigure. Munch, munch, munch. Breakfast tastes good. Master breakfast always tastes good. Meow. This is gonna be a maid cafe, and you know what I put? You know it's the main ingredient? Love. Okay, I'm done. Chocola, there's some ketchup on your cheek. This might actually be a maid cafe. Did I put the chocola on the omelet, and did I write love for cat girls? It's purely artistic. I'll lick it off. Slurp, slurp. She licked the ketchup off her cheek. If only I could actually watch that animated. They have an anime! I forgot. I've never watched it though. The cat girls in question were happily stuffing themselves with sandwiches. These sandwiches incidentally contain tomato, cheese, and lettuce. With an over-easily fried egg tucked inside all that. It was a simple meal. It probably tastes good. The breakfast was pretty much like this. You two are definitely going home today, okay? It's not fun having Chocola and Vanilla around, Master. Chocola is lots of fun, you know? Chocola, it's a world-class level of fun! Alright. Master was really looking forward to it last night, too. Stop with these deliberately misleading words. I sighed at their happy-go-lucky mindset. I took the opportunity to fill their empty glasses with milk. The eating habits of cat girls are pretty much the same as those of humans. That part was pretty straightforward. Of course, they like and dislike depended on the individual cat girls. In the end, I wasn't able to get everything put away yesterday. Today, I really do have to start getting ready for the bakery opening too. That's why I don't have time to play with you two. Be good girls and go home. I said that to them with a sandwich in my hand. Well, Chocola being around caused problems for Master. She put her sandwich down on her plate. And then, just like yesterday, she looked at me with those upturned eyes. Yeah, it's a problem. You dick! I answered her clearly. I see. So that's how it really is. Her shoulders dropped even more than before. The ears, which sat atop her head, drooped down ardently too. Chocola. She was unable to make fun of anything. Vanilla could only look on with concern. The pain from last night pricked at my heart again. Yeah, it's pricking at your heart because you are a prick. I tilted the already cooled coffee cup. As my emotions dulled, unimpeded by my... This is where I'd pour the coffee cup on my own head. Besides, Chocola wants to be with Master. Her usually always perky ears were drooping. Chocola was speaking very clearly under her own volition. If Chocola is here, then I am too. I think I want to be here too. Vanilla's usually blank expression did not change. However, she showed me her strong determination. I don't remember Chocola or Vanilla ever being this disobedient. The thought stayed in the back of my mind. But if I was going to be swayed by that, then I wouldn't have said this. Look, I need you two to understand. Doorbell. Nani?
ご注文ありがとうございます。ロイヤルウッドです。
Thank you very much for your business.
ご注文いただきました。ティーセットの配達にお伺いしました。ではこちら、お店の中に運んじゃいますね。こちらの段ボールで全部ですね。では間違いなければ、事業所にサインをいただいてもよろしいでしょうか。
She smiled brightly and brought me the invoice along with a pen. Okay, let's see. I looked over at the sales invoice I received once more. Somehow this doesn't look like what I ordered.
本当ですか？それは品物が違うということでしょうか？
No, the stuff I ordered is here, but I looked over the pile of boxes inside the bakery. Inside my tiny bakery was a mountain of boxes. A mountain. It was as if the bakery had become completely made of boxes. As if you can say we don't need this much tableware inside the bakery.
すみません。すぐ本社に確認しますので、少々お待ちいただいてもよろしいでしょうか。大変申し訳ございません。こちらのミスで別の注文書と混じってしまっていたようでして、水無月様の方もすぐにご入り用と思いますので、もしよろしければご注文分の食器を受け取っていただければと思うのですが。
I'm gonna need a gallon of coffee for the next episode. Except my portion. Out of all this, the mountain of cardboard boxes towered over everything. I was at a loss for words. Every box was of equal size. I didn't know what was in each of them without opening them up. On top of that, it looked like the sales invoice. I could see that they all contain expensive tea sets and tableware. And if I wasn't careful handling stuff, it wasn't going to be a real big problem. But there's still that need doing these things in advance. My bakery is still opening, so I don't mind accepting these. But it's going to take a while to separate all this.
もちろん、私もお手伝いさせていただきますので、私も次の配達に行かないといけないですし。
Look, you don't need to put all this pressure on me. From the looks of it, it would take 2 hours or more. But to have it re-delivered would take double the effort too. Stare. Oh, that's right, I have a lifeline! Meow, what is it? The cat girls, I'm gonna use them. Oh, that sounds terrible.
猫ちゃんたち、本当に助かりました。ありがとうございます。本当にありがとうございます。では、私はこれで失礼させていただきますね。
I thought there was someone actually opening my door. I'm exhausted. I glanced at the table where we had finished organizing. I don't know if you guys can hear the music. Okay, so I guess this is gonna have to be a two-part video, so I'm gonna be uploading 2 videos today. Oh, good for me. I lowered myself into a chair and relaxed my shoulders. Master, have some cold tea. Thanks, Chocola. Don't mind if I do. I downed the cold tea in one gulp. Somehow or another, the light meal tableware had arrived. Soon, I really had to get to the bakery for its opening. Okay, guys, you guys are lucky. I'm uploading a video today and tomorrow. But for you guys, this is going to come out tomorrow. I did say that I needed any help I could find. And I really did need help this time. Stare. Praise me, praise me, praise me, praise me. I could sense the praise me aura coming off Chocola. She just said praise me, praise me, praise me, praise me. She had a wide smile and her face was in a ready stance to receive my approval. Thanks, I couldn't have done it without you two. Yay! Master is praising us. Yay! Yahoo! Yes, it was worth it from watching from the shadows. You did well. Chocola was helpful, right, Master? Right. it's difficult for Master to work alone after all, right? Yes, assistance from a cat girl is definitely effective. If we weren't here, I imagine you'd still be sorting boxes. Hey, you two are getting a bit too close. They leaned in towards me for emphasis. It is true that without you two around, this would have been a real problem. But there's different issues here from the one from before. You two have to go back home. Besides, it's not like I could ask you to work for me or anything, okay? Is that so? Chocolate, I guess it's no use then. Her shoulders dropped along with her ears and her tail. The enthusiasm she showed earlier had completely disappeared. She sighed deeply and looked disheartened. Since we're here anyway, Chocolate guesses she'll go clean up. She trudged over to the second floor, still dejected. Chocolate isn't an idiot. I knew she was pushing herself to be bright and full of energy. But even so, this wasn't something I was going to easily change my mind about. For how much she cared about me, it was all the more reason to stay the course. Is it that much of a bother for us to be here, Master? Are we bad cat girls? She spoke quietly in her usual way. Vanilla tilted her head as if she asked that question. You two aren't bad cat girls, and that's why I can't have you stay here. We can't stay here because we aren't bad cat girls. It's because you two are good cat girls that I can't allow it. She blinked as if she took my words. It was almost as if she was trying to peer inside my heart. She quietly stared directly at me. Humans are hard to understand. Cat girls do not understand such things. If we like a human, we want to be near them. And at the very least, that's how I feel. Vanilla. I will go check on Chocola. With those words, she went upstairs. The sound of her small footsteps slowly disappeared. Before long, I couldn't hear them anymore. Humans are hard to understand, huh? Inside the bakery, now devoid of anyone but myself, I repeated those words just as she said to me. Now that I think about it, that's a pretty inconsistent way of thinking, isn't it? Cat girls do not understand that. Having said that aloud, I began to understand what it really meant. It must be pretty nice to live the simple life of a cat girl, huh? Then suddenly, the quietness of the bakery, I closed my eyes and shook off the bitter smile on my face as I began to clean up the tea set that had arrived earlier. Dick. Yeah, I broke Master's cup! Let's just say the cup broke itself. Let's just say the cup broke itself. It's the best thing I've heard all day. I need more coffee! The takoyaki seller isn't here today. Just like yesterday, I took a walk through the park in the evening. However, the food stand was nowhere to be found. It just so happened that no one was home that day, so I decided to take the two cat girls home. I had also happened to leave the house key behind. So to make good use of time, I went to do some shopping before Shigure got home. Huh? So sorry, Vanilla. What was it called? Catnip. That sounds about right. That isn't the right word at all. Chocola, if you're tired, why don't we take a rest for a bit? Okay, maybe a little bit. No, Chocola is fine. Not to worry about you, Master. There's no need for you to apologize. She had a troubled smile on her face as she nodded. It was pretty clear that she wasn't in good spirits. That's why there was nothing I could really say to her. Well, there happens to be a bench over there, so why don't we take a rest for a bit? In that case, I'll go buy something to drink. Thanks. Something for everyone, okay? Understand. Leave it to me. I handed Vanilla some change and offered a bench for Chocola. Oh no, this is the sad bit. I remember this. The constant sea breeze rustled the trees in the park. All that could be heard throughout the empty park were the quiet sounds of nature. I silently sat down next to a distant heart of chocolate. She, like the gently setting sun, time passed by slowly. Chocolate will go home. Her voice was so quiet, I wasn't quite sure if I had heard her or not. Even so, she answered clearly. Without saying a word, I responded by gently rubbing Chocolate's head. Is it alright if Chocolate calls you sometimes, Master? Yeah. Would it be alright to go visit you as well, Master? Yeah. Master, will you be sure to think about us every day? Is it alright for Chocolate to still call you Master, even if Chocolate is far away from you? Her voice trembled as she frantically wiped away her tears. Of course you can still call me Master. She stifled her sobbing, and her voice became strained. She looked pained as she did her best to hold back her emotions, biting her lips. I held back my irresponsible words that were on the brink of coming out with all my strength. Yeah, of course I will. Master! She's crying. Chocolate is sorry, Master. You're making me feel like a dick for things I didn't do. I was frustrated at myself for saying nothing. I felt empty. I could only offer my condolences that could not be put into words. I rubbed Chocolate's head as gently as I could. Sniffle, you really are kind, aren't you, Master? I don't really think I'm kind at all. You said the same thing before, didn't you, Master? Before? Chocolate closed her eyes and smiled. Do you remember when Chocolate and Vanilla were taken home by Master and Shigure-chan? Ah, of course I remember that. It was a cold day half a year ago. Chocolate and Vanilla were huddled together crying by the side of the road. They were still so young and they couldn't even speak yet. It was that day I embraced their small cold bodies and took them home with us. There was no way I could simply forget that important day when our family grew bigger. In the beginning, you two really couldn't get used to the things at home. We were scared back then because we were in an unfamiliar house with people and cat girls we didn't know. The two of you wouldn't eat at all, which really worried Shigure. Yes, we did make her worry. I started to hear a tiny bit of laughter in her voice as we reminisced about the past. Do you remember when Chocolate and Vanilla had a fever too? Ah, I definitely remember that. It was a few days after we brought Chocolate and Vanilla home. At that point, they'd occasionally drink some water, and as always, they didn't really touch their food. The combination of malnourishment and cold weather had really begun to weaken their bodies. They developed high fevers and were in pain. No one realized it that night. But we felt so much pain, anguish, and loneliness. We couldn't speak or move our arms or legs at all. All we could do was cry and keep hoping for someone, anyone to come and save us. And then, it's alright, I'm with you two, so don't worry. With your big warm hands, you gently rubbed our heads, Master. And you kept saying, don't worry, as you stayed by our side. And continued to stroke and comfort both Chocolate and Vanilla. When morning came and took us to the hospital, you were always by our side. We felt so anxious and helpless, but made that all seem to go away. Back then, you said the same thing. But you didn't know you were being kind. But if Master hadn't saved us, Chocolate and Vanilla wouldn't be here now. Back then, if Master wasn't by our side, we still wouldn't be able to trust anyone. Thanks to Master, we were able to eat again. We were able to become friends with Shigure-chan and everyone else. That's why, from that day forward, Master becomes Chocolate's master. And after that day, Chocola began loving her kind master, you know? I wish that her tear-filled eyes would not spill over. Those tears were filled with anxiety, sadness, and happiness. She smiled all she could before me. And that's why when Chocola heard that Master wouldn't be around anymore, Chocola couldn't do anything else but want to go with Master. So Chocola begged Shigure-chan. She said that with the faintest of smiles, one that seemed it would disappear at any moment. Those words were so gentle and warm, but there were also undeniable sadness and emptiness mixed within them. Chocola, it was one of those things saying all this to. Even so, the only thing I could say back to her was her name. Chocola guesses cat girls don't really understand things when it comes to money and other complex things. Still, no matter what, Chocola wants to be on Master's side. When Master is having a tough time or in trouble, somehow Chocola just knows. Chocola just somehow does. When he's cleaning, doing laundry, cooking, Chocola will do anything to help. Even if Chocola can't do it properly right now, Chocola would absolutely make sure she'll be able to do things right someday. That's why, would it be okay to ask just one more time for just one more favor? Chocola wants to be with Master. Chocola voiced her feelings clearly once again, and barely kept her tears from overflowing. Of course, Chocola, if you could be with me. I was engulfed in my inner thoughts, which were ready to overflow. She yearned for me so earnestly. For her to so innocently believe in me, there should be no reason for me to be against it. That day, Chocola and Vanilla became an important part of my family. As long as they were with me, the days would be bright and enjoyable. I was simply selfish for just leaving home like that. I didn't want to get my dear family wrapped up in my selfishness, or have them experience any unnecessary hardship because of me. You two are important to me after all. We are cat girls, so we're honest with ourselves. My inner conflict was disrupted by Vanilla. Vanilla had returned at some point. She looked straight at me as she sat by Chocola. For me, as long as it's fun, I'm fine with being Chocola. Even if there are hardships, I am fine being with Chocola. After all, it's much more lonely and painful when we can't be together. Vanilla, if we really love you, even if it's troublesome, we want to be with you. That is a reason to want to be with you. Stuff like whether we'd be happy or not. Even though you're our master, don't you think it's wrong for you to decide that? Besides, when a person important to us is in trouble, that's more reason for us to want to be by their side. We don't know what we can do, but in tough times, we can at least be by your side to cheer you up. That we can do. Her smile was gentle with the setting sun. It was a warm, soft smile. These uncharacteristic words from Vanilla deeply penetrated and seeped into my heart. That's probably why Shigure let us follow you, Master. Since Shigure can't go with you, she asked us to go in her stead, Master. That's why, if Master really cares about us, then I believe we should be with you. There was not even the faintest bit of hesitation. They were so honest and absolutely straightforward words. Who am I to dictate Chocola and Vanilla's happiness? There were no thoughts in my mind, except for those words that continued to strongly resonate in me. Even if we lived a worry-free life, we would hate it if Master wasn't around. No matter how difficult, Chocola wants to be with Master. That's why Chocola begs you to allow us to be by your side, Master. This is where Chocola wants to be. She smiled with tears in her eyes. It was a bright and honest smile. They were nothing but absolutely pure, Genuine words. Humans really are at a loss for words when it comes to cat girls, huh? Saying no to their words, it was not just something I can bring myself to do. Master, does that mean it won't be like how it was back at home? You can't just live here however you like, got it? Yes, that would be no problem. Chocola is happy as long as its master is here with her. Well, master is finally surrendered. Sometimes people say that they hate what they actually love, right? The dreary moment seemed to be blown away by their dazzling smile. Despite all this talk about family, perhaps I was the one that really didn't believe in it. To think about all this from their perspective was very simple, and here I thought they were acting immaturely. Perhaps cat girls were more human than humans when it came to honesty. From here on out, we need to do our best all together. Of course, Chocola is alright, even if we don't have fatty tuna for dinner every night, just occasionally is good enough. For me, A4 grade is fine as long as it's Matsuka beef. Fatty meat is the best. Is that all you have been eating at home? Even if the road ahead isn't certain, I love rubbing their heads and shiveling their hair. I'm not gonna lie, fatty meat is very good. Alright, then. Why don't we get back to the shopping district? Why is that? Aren't we done shopping already? We have to go buy the shampoo you two like, don't we? Oh, master is so cool. While we're at it, let's buy some Matsuka beef. Well, today is a celebration, so why not? Yay! A celebratory party! Master is so generous, as expected of our master. Just for today, okay? This was the beginning to a bright new life. And together with their happy, high-spirited Chocola and Vanilla, we took the first steps towards it. I swear, if it turns out I recorded all of this and it's gonna be all messed up and I won't be able to upload it, I'm gonna hate myself. But I guess you guys won't ever hear me say that if I know. Since, you guys understand. But since this was over an hour, I'm gonna have to separate this into two parts. There was the first part, which is an entire hour, and then there's the second part. So yeah, this was fun. That was the first bit of whatchamacallit, of Nekopara Part 1. I got 3 games of this, and that was just the beginning. If you guys wondering which one I like more, I like Vanilla. Oh, they're so cute. I can't. It's too much. It's too much for me to handle. My little boy brain can't handle this. They're just too cute, you know? And that was Nekopara, the opening. But people, that's all we have time for today. If you guys want to see me play this again, you're just gonna wait for the next episode. I'm cruel, ain't I? You know what? I do want a quick save. I don't know how to actually save. Okay, save. Yeah, there it is. So, it's gonna be weird because when I edit this video, I'm gonna take the first part and the second part, and I'm gonna kind of cut it in half, like halfway through. And then, so it's gonna be like more evenly spaced out, the video time. So, you guys can have fun with that. But, it's been a blast, guys. I have 3 games of this. And that was just the first chapter. Hope you guys have fun. As I've been Diablo, your host. To see you guys next time. Bye!